Devin the Dream Haney, man. You talk about redemption. He just beat the undefeated young champion in Brian Norman for the WBO welterweight belt, man. A lot of people thought that he's the best at the welterweight division, Brian Norman. I think so too. But now Devin Haney has to be considered the best. And he said that, hey, man, I'm ready to fight everybody and anybody. And signing with Turkey, Al Sheikh, he may have to. But he did say one person in particular that he would love to fight next.
Hello guys, this is Rolly Romero.
Yo, my name is Nonito Donaire. What's up guys, it's Anders Eyes.
We're here with Bob Santos Boxing.
And I rock with Dr. Boxing Talk.
I want to give a quick shout out to Dr. Boxing Talk.
And I want to give a big shout out to Dr. Boxing Talk. Thank you for all the love, thank you for all the support.
You're rocking with Dr. Boxing Talk. Get your daily news from my man right here, the best in the business. Let's get it, baby.
All day, baby.
Amen.
Bam!
If I tell you I'm good, probably you'll say I'm boasting. But if I tell you I'm no good, you know one line.
Yo, what's good, Boxing Talk family? Welcome back to your favorite boxing news channel, Dr. Boxing Talk. We are here, baby, to discuss the great performance, the masterful performance by Devin the Dream Haney. You know what I'm talking about? BTF Rise Up. Devin Haney has won another belt in another division, man. So 3-division champion Devin Haney and the youngest male undisputed champion in the 4-belt era. He has showed once again why he should not be underestimated or counted out. He beat Brian Norman. Now, I will admit, I thought Brian Norman was going to win, man. I predicted Brian Norman to win going in. But, you know me, I've never been a hater, man. I thought that this fight was the most 50-50 fight on the card. I thought they're all pretty good fights, but I thought this one was 50-50 on paper. And I literally said that it's not going to be 50-50 in the ring. Either Brian Norman's going to win convincingly or Devin Haney's going to win convincingly. Now, I will admit this as well. I also said that I believe that the fight was closer than a lot of people had it, but I'm guilty of saying a lot of fights are closer than most. You know what I'm saying? I thought Cinnamon and Bud was closer than most, but in Terrence Crawford versus Canelo, just like in Devin Haney versus Brian Norman, I think the right person won. Don't get it twisted. I'm not here to take away anybody's credit. I just thought the fight was a little bit closer to what everybody is saying, but Devin Haney did his thing. He dropped Brian Norman in the second round and he moved on to a pretty nice, comfortable victory, man, according to most. And hey, man, what's next for him? I mean, it's whatever he wants to do. He could try to unify with the IBF champion, Lewis Crocker. He could try to unify with the WBA champion, Rolly Romero. He could try to, well, he can't really unify with the WBC champion, Mario Barrios, because guess who already secured that fight? That'll be the guy who they're calling his rival, right? Because they have some amateur experience with each other. You know what I'm saying? That'd be Ryan Garcia. And of course, we know the infamous former battle that they had where Ryan Garcia not only came in overweight, he also was guilty of using PEDs.
We do not let people who are on the juice discuss real athletes. That's all.
Austrian in particular, so he basically cheated Devin Haney in more ways than one. He is going to fight Mario Barrios, and ideally for everybody involved, right, monetarily speaking, especially, Ryan Garcia would beat Mario Barrios, and then he'll secure and acquire the WBC title off of Mario Barrios. And now their rematch between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia would be even bigger, because now it'll be for a unification for Devin Haney's WBO belt that he won off of Brian Norman. And hypothetically speaking, ideally speaking, for the matchmakers and stuff, it would be Ryan Garcia. For your listening pleasure, we are now on Spotify under Dr. Boxing Talk. The same thing on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, everything. Dr. Boxing Talk, man. Come rock with us. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. With his WBC belt that he would win off of Mario Barrios at stake. So that'd be in the perfect world, but we know we do not live in a utopia society, right? Because idealistically, people wouldn't cheat you. You feel me? But, we not just that, but we can't disregard the fact that Ryan Garcia has fumbled the bag before, because Ryan Garcia has never been a champion before. Ryan Garcia, I don't understand why he keeps getting title opportunities and all these extra opportunities, but it is what it is, right? This is good for Devin Haney, so he could kill two birds with one stone. He can acquire another belt potentially, and also potentially enact his revenge, right? Assuming Ryan Garcia upholds his end of the bargain, which is no guarantee. I personally think that Mario Barrios has a very good chance of successfully defending his WBC belt, but that's not bad for Devin Haney, right? He'll just have to put that revenge effort on the back burner for a little bit, but he can still go fight Mario Barrios and try to get that belt still, you know, because I'm one of the few people that think Mario Barrios will beat Ryan Garcia, because unlike other people, I have no reason to believe that Ryan Garcia would beat Mario Barrios, because I'm aware that Ryan Garcia has never been a champion, unlike Mario Barrios. Barrios has also lost to Gervonta Tank Davis like Ryan Garcia, but Mario Barrios also has a signature win in Yordenis Ugas. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to pretend like Mario Barrios is the best champion. I'm not saying that, but he has more credibility to his name and his resume than Ryan Garcia does. However, I do think with Mario Barrios struggling in his last fight against a 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao,
Damn.
I'm sorry,
that this is a very intriguing matchup. So I think Ryan Garcia does have a good chance, but I would lean towards Mario Barrios. But I'm gonna be honest, I like Mario Barrios a lot, but I would be hoping that Ryan Garcia wins, because I would love to see the rematch between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, and so Devin Haney could finally shut everybody up and maybe get a unification, you know what I'm saying, unify some belts. So that'd be dope for both of them, you know. When I say that'd be dope for both of those opportunities for Devin Haney. I don't really care about Ryan Garcia, but I'm saying it'll be dope for him to not only unify but also get revenge, you know, and essentially get two birds with one stone. You feel me? So shout out to Devin Haney, man. I do think that Brian Norman can bounce back. I thought that Brian Norman, they kind of went in there a little recklessly, and then by the time he started adapting, it was a little bit too late. You know what I'm saying, towards the later rounds, because I saw Brian Norman and Brian Norman Sr. actually, Brian Norman Jr. and Brian Norman Sr. actually putting together a little game plan towards the end, but you know, they just came out there too recklessly. Like I said, well, the thing that's most indicative of the whole night was the fact that the same right before the second round, Brian Norman Sr. told his son Brian Norman Jr. that Devin Haney can't hurt him, and that's the exact same round in the second that Devin Haney actually put down Brian Norman. So I thought that was funny. It's kind of poetic, you know, in a way. But shout out to Brian Norman. I look forward to them bouncing back as a team. I think they can. They just got to go back to the drawing board. But the biggest respect is to Devin Haney. Silenced everybody, silenced all the doubters, all the haters. I would say that since I picked Brian Norman, I'd be considered a doubter, but I've never been a hater, man. I always said, may the best man win. And shout out to Devin Haney, man. He definitely won, and it is what it is, man. I wish him the best, and hopefully we can see if he gets a unification opportunity and the revenge opportunity next, like he said he wants, man. But we'll see. You never know with Turkey, Al-Sheikh, man. Turkey might just put him in there with somebody else, but because the fight has essentially been announced between Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios for what we're anticipating to be in February, I think that Devin Haney would probably sit out till now and see the result of that fight, and depending on the outcome, make his next move. You know what I'm saying? So y'all let me know what y'all think about that. What fight would you rather see? Would you rather see Devin Haney fight Mario Barrios, or would you rather see him fight Ryan Garcia because there's more at stake, or would you rather him fight somebody completely unrelated, like let's say a Jerome Boots Ennis, because you never know, man. Turkey go crazy, so Turkey can make a crazy matchup, you know what I'm saying? So y'all let me know what y'all think about that. I would prefer that Devin Haney could attempt to silence the haters, right? Because you can never really silence the haters. He could go and beat Ryan Garcia. I still think people will say something and try to act like he didn't do enough to make them forget about what happened when Ryan Garcia was cheating, because that's how crazy people are. But you let me know what you think about that. Don't forget to smack that like button. But most importantly, remember, with God, we can do anything. Without God, we're nothing. The doctor's out. Peace. From the hood to college, both worlds they had to meet. 6 degrees between us, so cold, we're about to freeze. But we're Florida boys, hot takes, we bring the heat. We're moving the culture, the engineers to the streets.